Hi, everyone, and welcome back to the Perfectly Imperfect podcast. I'm your host, Nala Kanal, and I'm so excited to be back. I haven't been here in a few months, but I just wanted to give you guys an update and like where I've been because I feel like I have not talked to you guys in a long time, especially on my podcast. So I'm so excited to be back. So I know it's been a minute, but this all kind of started because I stopped my podcast, I believe in April. And so I got accepted, I think that's the word, into the PPRC, which is the Pediatric Pain Rehabilitation Center. I know the name sounds kind of scary, but it's really not. They give it kind of like a summer camp, but without the bonfires and the s'mores, and we're all kind of, chronically ill. Okay, but you get where I'm going with it. It's just very it was very much like that. It that kind of atmosphere, if that makes any sense. And it was absolutely nothing like how I expected it to be. I mean, I expected just it to be super serious and everything was just had to be done correctly and I don't know, I just expected just the whole medical scene being at a hospital, you know what I mean, to be like that. And it wasn't actually, and it was a great surprise. It was very all the doctors, especially my team, were amazing. They were just super supportive and caring, and they were always just oh, do you need this? Oh, I got you. Or do you need this? They were just always willing to help. And I don't know, it just made it such a good experience for me. And so I kind of just want to tell you guys how the day went usually. So I was in the program for 5 weeks, and so not everybody who goes to the program is there for 5 weeks. Sometimes people can be there for 4 weeks, sometimes people can be there for 8 weeks. So it really depends on your own medical journey. And so mine's ended up being 5 weeks. And so basically while I was there, the day started early, okay, because we had to be there at 8, and then 8 to 8:30 we kind of just had some free time, but we had to usually check off how we're feeling today and stuff like that. And then at 8:30, so this wasn't my first day, but I believe this third day, I was sitting at my desk on my phone, and then they come over, one of the doctors, and she has a bucket that says phones, and I'm looking at her, and I'm yeah, what do you need? And sorry, and I had to put my phone in the bucket.
Oh my gosh!
I thought this was gonna be prison. I'm not even gonna lie. I was you're taking my phone? What? Okay, I know that sounds very oh my gosh, 2025 teenager, but genuinely she took my phone, and I was oh, okay. But you get used to it. I promise you. They take it every morning, but it's not this very rigid, oh my gosh, you can never have your phone until the end of the day type of stuff. If you had to call your parents or send something in for school, I don't know, something like that, they would allow you to grab your phone. So it wasn't super strict like that, but it was very not what I had anticipated, I would say. But no, so yeah, so then that's what happens in the morning, and then at 8:30 is when the providers start coming in. And so we would have a schedule, so we knew exactly what we were doing every single day. But you would have something different every morning. So it would be either, occupational therapist came in, a physical therapist came in, a music therapist came in, I feel like I'm missing one more. Oh, recreational therapist came in. And so they would grab you, and then you would move to a room and you would start your session. And so I, to be honest, didn't know what an occupational therapist or a recreational therapist was either. So if you guys are confused, don't worry, I was too. But honestly, the two doctors that I thought were like, I didn't really know much about. There was also psychologists too. I didn't know really much about were actually like some of the best doctors that I had. And so I'll be honest with you, I don't have the exact definitions of what these people are. So let me just chat. One second, guys. One more second. Okay, so a recreational therapist this is from Google, so but basically they use fun and meaningful activities like games or sports or arts and crafts and music and outings to help people improve their physical, mental, and social health. So so basically they're just kind of like helping in the PPRC. They helped us to like get back to doing the normal life things that kids do. So it was just like so basically loved my recreational therapist, but basically we kind of wrote down all the things that I love to do, whether it was like snowboarding or reading or hanging out with my friends, going to the mall, movies, all the things, right? And she kind of like wrote them all down, and then she's like, okay, like which ones are you not able to do as much anymore, or which ones you have difficulty doing, all that stuff. And the main purpose was for me to like be able to get back to it and do it. And like some things I didn't think that I would ever be able to like get back to or like be able to do continuously. And now I'm able to. And I'm going to talk about like how I'm feeling after the PPRC for sure. But so yeah, so that's the recreational therapist. And then the occupational therapist, they help like everyday activities. And so like which is like for me the hardest stuff is like showering or cooking or cleaning, stuff like that. And they're and the stuff that we like need to do, but like because of our health we're not always able to do, or we don't, it's not the easiest thing. And so they help with like pacing and like, you know, making a routine and stuff like that on like what we do every single day. And then like they talked about energy conservation and stuff like that. We've talked a lot through this whole entire PPRC journey about pacing. And so yeah, the occupational therapist was actually really good because I didn't realize how much I would avoid certain things that would take so much energy out of me, or I would like leave it till the end of the day and stuff like that. And she just gave me a whole new outlook on like things that I have to do and how to be able to accomplish them. So I love my occupational therapist. And then psychologist. Oh my gosh, I had the best psychologist as well. And they just kind of talk to you through everything and what's like going on and how it's been, and like they're really supportive, and I just love the whole entire thing. But yeah, and so sorry I got kind of off topic, but to what our days look like. So one of the providers would come in and we would just switch providers kind of all through the morning, and then around 12 we had study time. So since all of us were like either 18 or under, people had school and stuff like that. I graduated 2 years ago. And so I did not have school, but like I would do different like projects or stuff like that I could do during that time. And then at 1 o'clock we had lunch. Now this was scary. Like, you know how in all the coming of age movies they have like, oh my god, middle school lunchroom, high school like lunch, like but it was scary because this is where you actually talked to the 14 other kids that are in your program with you. So like it was definitely nerve-wracking because you're like, hey, like I don't know you, but you probably have a chronic illness too, and you know what, it was just so weird. It's my first day, I was awkward. My second day, awkward. Third day, awkward. Fourth day, awkward. Fifth day, awkward. I don't think it was till like the second or third week that I actually like was normal. Like I would talk and say little things here and there. It's just like I would kind of just let everybody else talk, and so like I don't know, I didn't really know what to say. I didn't know, like I didn't know what to do sometimes, and so it was kind of like awkward, but it was fine. It was, everybody was super sweet and super kind, and then by the end of it, like, I had the girls that I love. So there was 13 girls and then one boy, which poor guy. But I had like, at the end of it, I had my girls, and I love all of them. I'm not gonna name drop, but they are like the sweetest people ever. And we, like, I think I had different things with each of them. Like, there was this one girl, if she watches this, she knows who she is. We used to play this game called Palace every single time we had free time. I was gonna say every single day, but we would play like any time we had any type of free time. It'd be in the morning, the afternoon, during lunch, right before we're about to leave, like all this stuff. We would always play this game called Palace. It's super fun. It's a card game, and I learned so many different games at the PPRC. We had like this huge game closet, and yeah, we would play so many different games. But yeah, and then yeah, after lunch, then around, we had chores. That was unexpected. Didn't know that was a thing either. But yes, we did have chores. We had to help clean up like the lunch area and all that stuff. And then I'm trying to think what else. And then at that, we usually had something in groups. So it'd be like group occupational therapy, group recreational therapy, group physical therapy. Group physical therapy was fun. And there was this one girl, oh my gosh, she knows who she is, okay? But we would dominate every single time we would play any sport. When I'm talking to you, kickball, volleyball, cornhole, can jam, I believe. What's that, spike ball? We played so many different games, and it was so fun. Like, the gym was so fun because there's like Just Dance you could play. There was like Wii Sports. They had like an Oculus. It was so fun, and me and this girl, we would absolutely have the best time in physical therapy. But anyways, yeah, moving on. So then after that too, we had group something, and then at 3 we would have like, usually for me it was something you would always have. Your parent would always come in for a session every single day. So mine was usually in the afternoons. My mom would come in for, whatever I had at the end of the day. And then after that, we would be done by 4. So it was 8 to 4 for 5 weeks, 5 days a week. And it was exhausting, and it was tiring, and it was annoying, and it was all of the things, but it gets easier, I promise. If anybody who's watching this is like going into the PPRC, or like maybe just coming out, it definitely got easier for sure. But they were always pushing you to like do more, because the main purpose was for us to move our bodies, because of the fact that when you have POTS, FND, and all these, because everybody had different chronic illnesses. Nobody had exactly the same thing. And when you have all these illnesses, we start to like, kind of baby them, because we don't want to not feel bad, obviously. And so their main objective was to get us to move. So like, I came out of the PPRC and I ran for 2 minutes. I know to other people that's like, 2 minutes. No, but for me, like, that was insane, like in a row. And we would like, and they were intense too in physical therapy. Like, you couldn't just, it wasn't how my physical therapy was. No, it was intense. And they were always pushing you in some type of way, and you would be exhausted and tired and sore, for sure. And sometimes you would have physical three times a day. I'm sorry, my bad. 3 times a day. And yeah, it was like, thinking back to it, like, the good part about it is I only remember the great parts. Like, there were some bad parts. There was passing out. There was crying. There was sad parts to it, I can assure you. But all around, it was just a really great experience. And also, I have the greatest friends ever, because some of my friends, they live probably like an hour and change away from where the PPRC was. And so they like came down, and we went to like Faneuil Hall, and we went out to eat, and we like hung out. And it was really nice, because the PPRC, they wanted us to do things on the weekend to be able to like practice our pacing, and to like actually move and continue to move and stuff like that. So I didn't know that. And so my friends would come down. They took me to a Red Sox game, and it was so fun. Like, they honestly, they know who they are, but they don't understand how much that meant to me, because it was just 5 weeks in a hospital with me and my mom. You know what I mean? And it wasn't, like, it was great being with those people, but obviously, like, you're at a hospital. Like, it's not a great thing in that sense. And so just being able to, like, see my friends and hang out and just be normal also for a second there was pretty great. And yeah, I don't know, I just had the best time. I'm trying to think what else happened. We had talent shows where I danced. Oh my god, it was so bad, but it was a lot of fun. We did like skits, and there was like double dutching. And so during this process as well, I got my license. Oh my gosh. Okay, I know a lot of you probably thought that I had gotten it before, maybe, I don't know, but I wasn't able to get my driver's license for a long time. Well, I guess when normal kids got it, I would say, just because of the fact that I had, you know, all these chronic illnesses, and I didn't understand them, and I would pass out, and I would do these things, and I wasn't really able to, you know, drive a car without somebody else. So, but I was able to get my license during the PPRC, and it was the best feeling in the world. Oh my gosh, it was amazing. I was so happy, and like, it was the best thing ever. Like, and then like, not even, so I left the PPRC the middle of May, I believe. And then 2 months later, guess who got her boating license? Sorry, the person's me. But I got my boating license, which is really cool, and I'm so excited. Sorry for screaming, my bad. But I got my boating license, and that was the coolest thing ever. And yeah, like, I had so many milestones kind of happening also while I was still in PBRC. Like, life still went on, you know what I mean? And even like my best friend visited me and surprised me while I was down there, and like, there was such good food, and I was just like, it was very much so like, I would take the train by myself, and I would take the train with some of the girls from the PPRC, and like, I was able to just like kind of start to live like my own life. Like, it felt genuinely while I was there like, wow, like, I can be a normal person, you know what I mean? Like, I don't need help to do this and that, and I don't need to take a liquid IV every single second, you know what I mean? And I don't need this, I don't need that, you know what I mean? Like, it just felt so freeing in a sense being there. Yeah, it was just an amazing experience. Hold on one second. There's so many stories from the PPRC. Like, I could honestly talk for hours about this. But I don't have hours to talk. So then, yeah, that's kind of what happened the past 5 weeks. It was, honestly, it was like every emotion into one that whole entire time. And then afterwards, guess what? The best thing in the world happened. I got my license during the PPRC. I already had a car. So, and I turned 18 while I was at the PPRC, okay? And so, after that, like, I got out the PPRC, and literally the next day, I actually flew to Chicago for a Beyonce concert, which was amazing, okay? But then after that, like, it was just non-stop going, and it's like, it's been the best experience ever. Like, I've been going to the gym like almost every single day. Could I do that before? No. Okay. I've been going to the gym. I've been like hanging out with friends every single day out of the weekend. And I know that sounds like nothing to other people, but I had to like block out days just to rest. And now, like, because of all the training from the PPRC, they're like, no, like, pace yourself, yes, but don't just rest, because that's not necessarily gonna help you, okay? And you're and so I've been like hanging out every single day of the weekend with my friends. I've had multiple plans a day. I've been driving places. I've been like going to the beach, going to concerts, going to the gym, going out to eat, all of this stuff. Like, it's been so fun. And like, I honestly, like, the PPRC was such a wonderful experience for me, and I'm able to do all of this because of the PPRC. And obviously everyone has their own experience with the PPRC. Wow, say that 5 times fast. PPRC. Everybody has their own experience, obviously, but mine was really wonderful. Obviously still pacing. They had made so many plans for me while we were in the PPRC of just like grounding plans and pacing, and what's it called? Oh, what's that plan called? I remember the plan's called, but it's fine. They made so many different plans, so I knew exactly like what to do, and I was prepared and I was ready. And I don't know, it was so amazing. I know I have like a lot of excitement about this, and I can honestly talk a lot, and I know I've kind of like jumped between topics, so I hope everything kind of in this episode made sense. But yeah, that's what I've been doing for a little bit, and I've just kind of been living my life, so that's also why I haven't really been posting too much and stuff like that, just because I wanted to enjoy being able to live my life and being able to do all of the things that I couldn't before. And it's been wonderful. So thank you so much, guys, for listening to the Perfectly Imperfect podcast. And I can assure you there will be more episodes to come, and they will also be very more continuous as well. So thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe to my YouTube and also follow my Spotify as well, and my TikTok. So I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I'll see you later. Bye.